What do early labor contractions feel like?
A less painful and far less frequent version of the real thing.
I want to know what early labor contractions feel like so I don't think it is the real thing.
Early labor contractions will have a ripple feeling down the stomach and back, though you're more likely to feel it across the stomach.
That sounds like a contraction.
But a practice contraction will ripple down and you won't feel anything else for a long time.
How can I tell when it is a real contraction?
When you're in real labor, you'll feel the muscle contractions again within 10 to 15 minutes.
I thought it was a shorter interval.
If you feel the next practice contraction in 10 minutes and the one after that in 9.5 minutes, then it isn't practice but the real thing.
I wanted to know what the practice ones felt like to know what the real ones are like.
If you feel a little worse heartburn after a practice contraction, that's normal from the pressure on the stomach from the muscle contraction. Nausea that keeps up or turns into repeated vomiting and diarrhea is either real labor or another problem.
I've heard you could mistake constipation for early labor.
First of all, while the pressure of bad constipation can feel like early labor, constipation will be constant pain and pressure until the mass passes, whereas practice labor will not be a constant muscle pain.
I thought labor could be signified by pelvic pressure.
While second and third trimester weight bearing can cause pelvic pressure, practice contractions won't cause extended pelvic pressure, though a bladder infection could.
If I have a bladder infection, even if I don't have a fever, the pain of the bladder pulsing and trouble peeing and maybe even the blood in urine would make it clear that's not practice or real labor, only a real problem.
Practice labor contractions can feel like menstrual cramps, but if there is blood, you're in early labor.
I've heard it compared to abdominal pressure.
Yes, the muscles contracting put pressure on the abdomen because it is intended to push the baby out. However, any constant pressure means you're going to be having a baby shortly.
It would be early for me.
Early contractions can be distinguished from the real ones by the discomfort level. They will be uncomfortable but rarely strong or painful, while the real ones will escalate from minor squeezing to "oh wow, that hurts."
Assuming I didn't pull anything.
The Braxton Hicks contractions will also be irregular, whereas the real ones are going to ramp up at ever shorter intervals.
I've heard the contractions could cause groin tightening.
That's what pelvic pressure feels like unless it feels like the baby is going to fall out, and that latter case is when the baby is head down in the birth canal ready to come out.
At which point, any contractions could cause the water to break.
If your water breaks, it doesn't matter if you're having practice contractions. You still need to get to the hospital.